guys, you're back to another episode of Junior Chef TV. Today we're gonna keep doing our Mother's Day course meals, and we're gonna be making the dinner. Now the dinner is gonna be spinach and ricotta and more, as you can see. It's like a little dish thing, and it's really cool. So as you can see, there's a lot of ingredients, so I'm just gonna go for it and go. So yeah, let's get started. Here's our spinach. I just rinsed it and put it over the heat and turned it into this. So now I'm just going to drain it off. I'm just going to rinse this off. Alright, so I just have strained out my spinach. So yeah, you want to strain your spinach so there's no water whatsoever. I would get it with my hands, but it's really hot. So there's a little water, but it's very hot. So I would squeeze it now, but it's very hot. So I'm going to set that to the side, let it cool, and then I'll squeeze it with my hands. Get on to the next part. We're going to get our saucepan and not put it on the heat yet. But now we need to chop in our onions. Now I'm using spring onions, but you can use just normal onions if you want. I'm just using spring onions because we had it on hand, but you can just use onions. And I'm just cutting them really finely. It doesn't really matter, but yeah. If you're using real onions, I would dice it. Yeah. Chopped up my onions now, and I'm gonna use oil, but you can just use butter, but I'm gonna use that for the filo pastry. So I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of oil. Doesn't really matter. I'm using olive, and put on medium heat. So now I'm just adding my onions, and I like to get it hot oil. I don't like to just put it in when the oil's cold because it just makes the cooking time faster. Now I'm just caramelizing my onions here, and you want to get a good brown color. So while that's happening, you don't really need to take too much of the water out, but try to get as much water out of your spinach as you possibly can. And now I'm just dicing it I just want to break it up a little bit. I want it to be. Alright, so now I'm going to add in my spinach because it's looking great. I'm adding in all that spinach. And by the way, my mum, as I said, loves this. And I can actually prove that to you because I was squeezing out the spinach and she was having the juice of the spinach. And I was like, who eats the juice of the spinach? Who drinks the juice of the spinach? Because that's how much she likes it. So my mixture here is done. And I just turned off the heat. And now I have 2 eggs here. And I'm going to whisk them up with a nutmeg. Oops. Nutmeg. Now, you want a teaspoon of nutmeg or a little dash of nutmeg. Not too much. And then you want your salt and pepper, your beautiful salt and pepper. Cracked salt. Cracked pepper. I love cracking salt and pepper. I don't know why, I love it so much. Now you want to whisk it up, and I've seen in a lot of videos, nutmeg is literally they use it so much in this. I'm just pouring in the egg mixture in a bigger bowl because we're going to mix everything in here. So we want to give it a good whisk, and now we want to add everything else. Drain to catch crack black pepper. We need to buy more. So I got my plate back, and now I'm getting some ricotta. Now my mum just bought this from the shop, just ricotta cheese. You can use any cheese. We're actually going with ricotta, mozzarella, and parmesan. But you can use whatever you want. So I'm cubing it up. It's just easier for me to mix. So I'm just going to scrape off my knife. And now I'm going to add in all my ricotta and all my other cheeses into this mix. Let me just get all that off. You want all that ricotta. And I'm going to whisk it up. But I first need to clean my hands. Alright, so I'm just going to whisk in my ricotta. Actually, before I whisk anymore, I'm going to add my parmesan and mozzarella. Now use as much as you want. I don't know how much. That's enough. Yep. Yeah, I don't know how much I'm using. Just go by eye. Mozzarella, I'm just going to add 2 handfuls. that and eat the rest. And now I'm going to whisk it all up. Cheesy mixture here with egg and with spinach thing, and try to let that cool just because it might scramble your eggs. So mine's pretty cool. So I'm just going to add mine in and whisk it all up. Mixture all done here, and now I have my filo pastry in a damp tea towel because this makes it not dry out. I've got some melted butter, I've got a little pastry brush, and I've got this tin. Now it has a removable bottom and you can use any tin you want. I'm just using this one. And yeah, so we've got everything ready, so we're going to get started. So to start off, we're going to get our melted butter and just kind of butter the bottom. Alright, when that's done, you want to get this is the most like delicate thing in the universe. So you want to get your filo pastry. I'm so scared. Filo pastry. It's going to crack it. And I get one sheet. Oh gosh. And you want to kind of leave a little bit like to the side. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I get my more butter. There's a lot of butter in this recipe. I get more butter and grease again because this just lets it stick all together. Next layer of filo. Oops, put the butter over there. Doing the exact same thing, but kind of make it even. Yay, it's working. Woo-hoo. Butter, 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 butter. I go this way. So now I'm gonna do another butter, and I found out go around the sides too, so the filo just sticks just to perfection. Alright, so I've got all my layers all packed in now, and now we're going to get our mixture. But I'm going to give it a little coat of butter, just a little bit. It doesn't need too much on this layer because we are putting the filling on, and yeah, just about a little brush. And now we're going to add the mixture. I'm just flattening it all out so it's smooth. My mom's like behind the camera, like dribbling, saying this. So, do whatever your mum loves. So this is definitely what my mum loves. Now what we're going to do is when we've got our mixture on flat, you want to start bringing in the layers. So when you bring in each layer, you want to give it a little pat, just a little one, and a little butter, just a little butter. Just a little butter, just a little butter. Alright, so next layer. I don't know what I'm saying at it. Just a little butter. Just a little butter. Alright, so that's all done, but there's so many edges bad, but what I'm going to do is get one last piece of filo pastry and put it on the top because there's uneven layers. So I'm just going to do one final last filo. I'm going to push this one down. I'm just going to butter the triangle, like the triangle part. Triangle, I don't know, just outline this. And then I'm going to fold in all the kind of creasy edges, stuff like that. I don't know. Tuck everything in, make it look nice. Now you want to really butter the whole thing. Now, by the way, the butter is just making it caramelize and not letting it burn. But you want to butter. Butter, butter, butter. Alright, so that's all done, and now that's going in a preheated oven at 180 degrees until the top is nice and golden. So thanks guys for watching this whole series of the Mother's Day things. Hope you make one of the things that I made, or do something for your mum for Mother's Day. And yeah, like, subscribe, comment down below on anything you want me to make next. And now I'm going to cut into this. So you want it to be golden brown. And this is like, and also guys, happy Mother's Day to all those mothers that are watching. Hope you have a good Mother's Day. And yeah, so I'm just going to give it a big, yeah, that's right, yeah. And put it, no, because I want to put it on the top because there's uneven layers. So now is the getting a little different. So now what we're going to do is start putting each dad.